Let us now look at the another demonstration or hands-on using the Oracle 23 AI. That is about having a given a vector, find out the closest vector. That's what we are going to see. Let's now get into the hands-on. So in this graph, in this representation of graph, you have kind of properties. Let's assume there is some properties for a cat. Cat could be like four leg. Yeah, we have all the four legs over here, but yeah, the face is shorter, smaller, and height is not more than maybe 1.5 feet. Then it is maybe you have 3 or 4 parameters for each of them. So then in that case, you have a similarity. Then it is a cat, dog, and this is a horse. And you have somewhere a point over here, say q, then likely it could be a dog because the characteristics is dog. So that is where the closest vector will be helpful, whereas if it is something close to 7, then it could be a kind of a bird. So that is what again, all this is possible with the vector AI. So something like a point over here q, then the closest point is 963, and then if it is q over here, then it is, if it is so very close, you can just point out, okay, this is the object. That's where it becomes much more easy in AI. And similarly, if it is q, then the closest point is 7. So that's what we are going to see. We just insert the data, and what we are going to see now is first create a table with a vector data type, and that is which is available with the 23 AI, the vector data type. Earlier, you would have heard, those who have been comfortable with Oracle DB, you have varchar, numerals, and so many other data types. And this one is a vector data type. So you create a table with a vector data type and insert multiple two-dimension vector points. That means two parameters. Maybe it is just for an example, it is four-leg animal, and maybe the height alone. If it is 2 feet, then there is something like, if it is 4 feet, then it could be a horse. 2 feet could be classified as a cat, and four-legged, then it has a certain it could be in a certain position in the graph. So we will insert multiple dimension vectors and then use the select statement to retrieve the closest vector for a given vector. And as I said, what is this point q? Then through the select, it should display only 1, 2, and 3. If it is q, then the closest point is 968. Assuming if we retrieve three of them, if you retrieve only one, probably it should say 9. And similarly, if it is 1 q, then it is 5. Then if it is 4 of them, all these should come. And finally, if it is q, one of them, it is 7, the rest it is 4. Then it should be 7, 8, 9, 4. That is what we are going to see in this example. Let's create the table with a vector data type, and then next step is we'll insert the multiple two-dimension vector points, and then we proceed with the closest vector to a given vector. So what we are going to do is create the table. So if you look at it, it has a number, not null, and v vector, it's two-dimension, and float 32, and primary key is id. That's what we are going to execute over here. I mean, in the SQL of the 23 AI database. So let's execute it for creation of the table. That is table vt1, we are going to create. So table is created, and the next step is, yeah, you can describe the table. Uh, describe describe the T1. So table description. So you'll find the table has a number, two two columns. One is the ID, the other one is of course the vector. So that's what we are going to have. Yeah, number and the vector. So those we have created the table and then we have described, and now let's insert the data. Insert into, so if you look at it, 335373355575. So basically for the 9 vector points, we are going to insert the values inside the table. So insert into the table, and so I have issued the select also. I've post insert. The data has been inserted. Let's do a commit. So post commit, commit complete, and now let's say select. Yeah, here is the table data. It's there. Let's execute the first query. That is the point over here. That is 505 on x-axis and 0 on the y-axis. That is the point we have got over here, and see whether it is providing the points as 1, 2, and 3. Whether it is providing 1, 2, and 3. That's what we are going to look. Um, the point is first fetch first 3 rows only, which is closest to it. So let's execute. So it is giving, yeah, 1, 2, 3 is what it is giving. If you look at this, it is having the ID. So it should be, um, let's say I just wanted only one row instead of 3 rows. So in that case, it should return me the only the closest one. So if I execute that, let's see what it provides. So we saw it is providing 1, 2, 1, 2, and 3. 5, this is 5, 0. We'll see the closest point it is providing, because I am fetching only one row. So that means it is providing 2 is the first closest point. First closest point is 2. And then because it is three rows, it provides the other closest point as well. Now to the second graph, to this one, Q point, which is probably, yeah, 10, and you have 7, 10 and 7. Yeah, 10 and 7. This is the select. 10 on the x-axis and 7 on the y-axis. That's what we are going to fetch, and see whether we are getting 9, 6, and 3. And it will also say which is the closest one also. Now I think 9, 6, and 3. That's the way it should go. Yeah, first is 9, second is 6, and third is 3. So it gives the query gives the closest as expected. So simple queries, and probably we will have, yeah, 5, and similarly 5, 5, and similarly we said 5 rows over here. So it should give all the in 5 rows, it should give it in order as well. So that way, I mean, you can find out the closest one. So I mean, the point here is with 23 AI, this, that's where it is highly used in the AI part. You can use the vector distance. There are different ways of using different methods through which vector. Here we have using this one, Euclidean. So the first one is of course 5. The others are being provided. The others are 2, 8, and 6 and 4. So 2, 8, and 6 and 4. So all these are there. 5 is the first one because it is right there in the object. Right on 5. So that is the first one. That is the closest one. So this way you can use the um, give a vector and do a search for the closest vector as well. That facility is, as I said, it's available in the 23 AI. Thank you. Stay tuned.